Okay, this is going to be update number 3 of our Corsound 20 Mark III build, and as you can see, we've now got all the bunk tops glued down. We did that this morning, and we were able to get a second coat inside the lockers over here on the cleats that I glued in the day before, and we got the bunk tops glued down. I've got some finish nails I used on this edge to hold it down, and then as much weights as we could find to press down on it. And then I've also got some little legs like there's a leg going down to a board to distribute the force, and then that's wedged in there to hold down the edge over there. And we also put our hanging knees in. We were waiting to do that till the bunks were in, just to make it easier. And so we've got the front sides of all of those glass taped to the hull. And I don't have the temporary stick that goes across to set the width of the hang knees, but I did measure it and it's right. And then also we glued in the hatch rings underneath the forward two bunk hatches, since those are now in place, and that acts as a butt block. And so that's helping to keep all that flat. So once we got that done, we moved on to a little bit of work in the ballast tank. I sanded the tank where the baffles are going to go, and so I've got the forward two longitudinal baffles in place. They're just dry fitted, and I dropped the center part of bulkhead 4 into position, and on the edges of this bulkhead, all the cutouts, they've already been coated with 3 coats of epoxy because I'm being real careful with the end grain of everything that's going in the tank. The tank is glassed, so it's sealed, but the baffles, we're being careful to coat the end grain as we put the baffles in. So these little temporary spring sticks, those are pressing against the longitudinal baffles in the front, and that's just keeping the bulkhead square down the part that's in the tank. And then up here I've got it clamped to a straight edge. So I coated the end grain of the edges, and I put thickened epoxy behind here where it butts into the centerboard trunk. And then I just did some little tack weld fillets. And so that'll freeze this in position, and then we'll go ahead and glass this out before we do the rest of the baffles. So trying to keep as much space in there as we can until the last baffle goes in. And then let's see, we got a couple more pieces of glass tape on the transom. Taylor did those 2. And then I'll show you our cockpit hatches. We started working on the cockpit hatches. I've got some pictures that I'll post on the forum, but here is the cockpit hatch. And it was ready to fill it, but we ran out of epoxy, so it's gonna just wait until we get some more. The tape was just because I don't have these cleats made up yet, so just to keep the fillet off of the spot where the cleat goes. This is held together with some spots of hot glue. It's just got like 3 spots of hot glue, and I did that on the table saw so that it would be really flat. And so that'll get filleted, and then make sure that it's flat. And we just put regular thin epoxy in the crack to soak into the joint before we do the fillet, and that works really well. And so over here we've got the hatch rings. These are done the same way. I assembled them with little dabs of hot glue, and then Taylor went in and coated all the joints with thin epoxy and then did the fillet. And there's a couple of spots like right here. This is just a piece of scrap wood with a single dot of hot glue right here, and it's just taking the bow out of this piece. Had a little bit of a bow, so that's holding it straight. And same thing over here. This front piece had a bit of a bow, and so this is just a stiffener with a dot of hot glue in the middle that's taking the bow out. And let's see, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you can see how the thin epoxy works its way all the way through that crack. So that's how we assemble these, is we just hot glue them together, then coat the joints with thin epoxy. It soaks into the crack, and then we do the fillet. So after these kick off, and I've got these held so that they're square, See, this one had a bit of a set to it, and it's, you know, the gravity is pulling this corner down, which is putting it in plane, the top of it. And so when this is kicked off, we will sand the fillets, round over these corners, we'll round over these underneath corners. Those will get a piece of glass tape, and then we'll put on the cleats, which are over here. This is one of the side cleats that will go right in here to create the channel, the drainage channel, and this is dadoed for the cockpit beam. So that's all to come. And I didn't get around to doing the forward locker cleats, but that'll be easier to do once I can stand in the bunk, stand inside the cabin. And so there's our glass tape on the forward sides of the hanging knees. And that's about it. Also wanted to show you our logbook. We've been keeping a logbook, and today was day number 31 of our build. So day 1 was starting to fillet, starting to assemble all the finger joints. So if we had worked non-stop, we would be on day number 31. And we've put in a total of 152 hours, but I would say 75% of those are both of us working at the same time. So in terms of man hours, it's probably closer to, I don't know, maybe 250 man hours or people hours, husband and wife hours. And so we'll continue to keep track. People ask all the time, how many hours does it take to build one of these? And I have no idea, because I don't think in terms of hours. You know, day 1 for us was, let's see, yeah, February 2018. So we're over a year into the build. That's just how it's progressed for us. Is it sat here for a while. Plus we had the hurricane. And also in that time, we refinished my dad and I's Core Sound 20 Dawn Patrol. And so a lot of stuff happened in that time. So anyway, that's where we're at now. And I'll keep doing these video updates because I think it's easier for me than posting on the forum. And so that's about all we got, and we'll keep going.